Hey everybody, going to try and do some rust removal with electrolysis today. I've never done it before. I've got this bucket. This has just got about 5 gallons of water in it. We're going to add five tablespoons of washing soda to that, which I got a kilo from Coles for $4. Cheap stuff. Now that'll make the water a nice alkaline, I believe, so we can get the electrolysis happening. So I've got just one sacrificial bit of metal there that'll hook in there, and I want to get the rust off this old machete blade. I polished it a little bit with a wire wheel there, so it looks a bit better. Let's see what the process does to it. Should probably chuck something really rusty in there, but just an experiment for now. Never done it before, so we've got mostly submerged there. I'll put the positive here and the negative there. I'm going to try and use the big Blackhawk battery charger, but I don't know if it'll work because it probably needs to detect a current voltage off the battery before it applies a charge, so it might be the same here. Might need to move to something a bit dumber that'll just throw 12 volts into it, like this old battery charger. That'll do it, but we'll see. But you know what I need? I need a tablespoon. I'm gonna have to go get one. Alright, we're back again. Found the tablespoon. I'm going to get this electric washing soda, cut a hole in it, the old knife, bam, we've got our tablespoon. Now, so this is around, it's probably about 23 litres, which works out about 5 gallons I think off the top of my head. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that was just from the supermarket for overseas viewers. Going to experiment later. So that's 1 tablespoon per gallon, or 1 tablespoon roughly per 5 litres. We might experiment with moving that up and down later, just the value. So let's give that a mix. See bits of that floating around in there, but we'll get started and we can give it a stir as it goes. Now let's try the Blackhawk battery charger. Which we are going to want to plug in first. Plugged in. Now black, you want on the piece that you want to clean up. You want a good contact, so. And positive, you want on your sacrificial piece of metal. Now, the sacrificial bit, it's called that because all the rust is going to move over to it. So it's going to be cactus. You won't be, but I mean it's pretty easy to find old bits of metal laying around. Right, let's fire up the battery charger, see if we actually draw some current. help if I plugged in the battery charger and not the actual air compressor. Must have been thinking about boobs. Goddamn boobs. There we go, you can hear it now. Now turn the amps up. Give a closer look, I'm not sure. Let's see if we can see. Lots of little bubbles. Funky. Well, we need to leave that for a few hours and just see exactly what happens. Back later. So it's the next day. I got a little excited and took it out after about, I don't know, half hour, 40 minutes, and had a look and gave it a quick brush over. And you can see there is quite a difference just in that little time. Now you can see the handle there. That's the bit I didn't do. That was in a bit better nick. Yeah, much better. Still some black in the bottom of that pitting. That's the worst pitting on the blade. We're going to put it back in for another half hour or hour or so. And this time I brought the power supply out. It's still working after finding that loose capacitor inside. And that way we can control the current a bit better. So let's give that a go. See, the water's a bit murky, slightly rusty yellowy colour. The cathode has a lot of corrosion at the top and a little bit down the rod. So we'll give it a bit more. Oh, this is probably reach. Smash down. It's drawing 16. So 12 volts drawing 0.2 amps. You can see a little bit of bubbling. We'll leave that for a while and see if we can get it any better. Cool stuff. Just one more thing as well, if I wanted to get the current up that it was drawing, I could put more of that washing soda in. And that would make it conduct more, which would make the process faster. But I think doing it a bit slower is better. You get less corrosion on the cathode, which is your positive, and a kind of better finish on your anode, the thing that you're trying to recover. But I mean, I'll experiment with that and just see how that goes. For now, we'll do this one nice and slow at 1/4 of an amp. We'll come back for a look. See, the water's a lot murkier now. I put in another anode here. You can see all the rust and stuff collecting there. And a little bit on this one. When I put that one in, the current jumped right up, so I backed it down to 10 volts, so it was pulling 1/2 amp. A close look at the water again. You can hear fizzing. There's lots of bubbles coming up. We're going to take it out now and just have a look. The batteries went flat on the camera just as I was about to pull it out, so I left it a bit longer. and charged him up and everything. Now you can see there's been some more action. It's probably been in there about 5 hours now. The water's moving around a little bit. Turn the power off, so just disconnect all these. I put the battery charger thing in there because that was a bit rusty, just to see if it would clean the contact points off. But we'll have play of that later. That's not what this is about. Right. Oh. Here we go. Pretty cool. We'll go give him a scrub. See how he comes up. Blades in there. Just going to give it a scrub with this sort of stuff. And have a look. There we are after a bit of a scrub. It's not actually that much better than when I only put it in for half hour or so. Look at that, back to bare metal. Just about. Considering what it was, it is a fantastic effect. You can really tell the difference at the end that wasn't in there. It's still roughed with rust, whereas back here it's converted. I'm going to go dry this off now before it actually starts to rust again. I've given it a dry, rubbed it with some metho to displace the water. If you compare that to how it was before I put it in, it's like a fantastic difference. Fantastic. Just have to make up a handle now.